Welcome back. You're tuned in to Talk AM 1320 WKAN. This is Bill Yohnka Show. Here every Saturday morning from 7 to 9. And, part of the program, we'll do the Miller Hydraulic Race Report at 8:15.
Approximately.
We'll talk to Super Dave, the flag man from the racetrack, kind of give us the rundown on what happened. He did a lot of running around last night with a
He did
black
run
flag.
down last night, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't know if
he ran down.
He had, and he
Sure.
used a lot of that black flag pointing.
Yeah, he didn't actually wave it at anybody, but he scared him with it.
I think that's a good plan for substitute school teachers, to bring a black flag into the classroom with you and just point it at kids.
Tap that corner of the desk, you know. So there it is.
Let them know you're serious.
Yeah.
Well, last night, one of the other really fun things that was able to happen last night was made possible by the Kankakee Police Department and a lot of other local sponsors, but a lot of it was the effort of Don McCarty, who's here with us. Don, a nice event last night when you have the big wheel races at the Speedway, and kids really seem, it doesn't get old. They really do seem to get excited about that.
No, they sure love it. They ask me about it often, and they can't wait for it each year. The weather kind of hurt the attendance a little bit last night, but they sure love coming on the track, and it's fun for the fans to watch as well.
I thought we did have a lot of prizes that were, we had people like Haig Quarry who kicked in a lot of different stuff, folks over at Court Street Ford Collision Center.
They had some nice-looking backpacks. And
the track provided backpacks for kids.
School.
And the strangest-looking door of the Explorer I've ever seen.
Yes.
But
you would have had to tell me who that was.
Not only was Don organizing those events, but also racing. And kind of a scary moment there where all of a sudden you were turned the wrong direction and all the cars are coming at you. And you've done this before. You've experienced that before. But that kind of thing.
Not on purpose.
Yeah, you don't do that on purpose.
No.
And it's probably not the kind of thing you get used to.
No, you don't get used to it, and it was a crazy feature. A lot of fender bending and banging going on, and I got to be part of that when it happened to get spun out. Stayed on the gas, and I got to see 17 cars coming at me head on, and the very last car on the track.
Most of the field.
But everything was well. My front end partially came off, and it was flapping in the wind, but I finished the race, so it was fun.
That moment in traffic on the road when you see something and you're just kind of avoiding an accident, and for a split second you can see the other person's eyes getting real big and scared. Now, but most of the helmets are kind of shielded a little bit, so you can't really see their eyes, can you?
No, you can't see it, but you could see everybody making expressions like, uh-oh,
yeah,
time to get out of the way. And
you can imagine what it would be.
There's nothing I could do. My car had died by then. It was shut off. And, the very last car, he tried to miss me, but he just put the...
Kind of ran up on your tire there, didn't he?
A little bit, yeah. The rest of the race, I didn't have much steering, but it was a total restart to the race, so I got my spot back, and the banging continued. It was a rough feature, but I don't know.
And the week before, you had a little problem with somebody, as I recall. The week before?
Yeah. That was a rough heat race the week before, but we won't go into that.
Well, I thought the guy was going to get a ticket myself. Following too close.
Maybe getting one soon. If Don.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about as he left.
Well, yeah. Well, Don is.
Don wouldn't do that.
He wouldn't.
He wouldn't do that.
No, but you're talking about that black flag. I would like to borrow that from Super Dave and take that on the streets with me sometime.
Yeah.
Hey, you're misbehaving. Can I use that black flag on you?
Yeah, that thing's not legal. Get it off.
I'm going to ask one of my naive non-race knowledge questions, but so you got hit, but your car withstood the collision and was able to continue racing. So that says something about the state of your car, then, I would guess, and the condition it was in before it got hit.
Yeah, it ripped the nose off the car, and the track officials, the rule now is they don't touch your car. Normally they rip that off, and then you wouldn't see it. So most of it was fine. The steering was a little messed up, and the front end was flapping, but yeah, it withstood it. I have a good picture.
Was it Franks that drove around several laps with his front end flapping? Nobody touched it? Nobody didn't leave?
Mm-hmm.
I think it finally fell off.
Yeah, people think the front ends of cars are these big, heavy metal things that they used to be. A lot of times they're just big pieces of plastic.
Yeah, the heavy metal is hidden under that little flap.
Well, Don, thanks for not only the efforts last night, but then making some rounds here at the farmers market, making sure everyone feeling comfortable that, not that these are probably some of the nicest people you'd want to meet, but just to know that they're, Kankakee City Police are out, just making sure everything's okay.
Well, thank you. Well, just doing a walkthrough. That's right, making sure it's safe. And thank you to my sponsors again from last night to help make it a success, and the kids really loved it. And thank you to Lyle from Court Street Collision Center. He was a big help as well.
Yeah.
What about your sponsors? Is it Vallejo?
Yes, Manny Vallejo Racing.
They put it back together for you every week?
Yes, they do. They're wonderful. And the joke last night was I wasn't going to break a ball joint or upper control arm, but I did anyway. And so I owe them guys. It's a wonderful team to be a part of.
It's not a good policy to tell you what not to break, I don't think.
That's true.
That's just guesswork.
Well, we'll be right back here in Talk AM 1320 WKN. Carl Moronich is finding people.
He's talking to some dog owners.
Some dog owners. And
I think he's got a couple of whippets.
We'll keep it right here then if he's going to be talking.
He's going to be talking to whippets.
Thank you, Don. And